We would like to remind you that Species 7 is made possible in part by the following sponsors and grants: the Evelyn Woodberg Foundation for Really Ungifted Children. We've been helping graduate idiots since 1959. The Ted and Tina Grant for Wayward Swine and Helpless Hogs. Reminding you, eat more hamburgers. After all, they're not really made of ham. A generous donation by the National Film Board of Canada. Hey, my brother and I made a movie. Aw, take off, you hoser. We did not, eh? And of course, generous donations by our Patreon sponsors, loyal subscribers, and viewers just like you. Thank you. Well, hey folks, Species 7 here. Welcome back to the channel. And welcome back to Watt's Farm. Yes, indeed. It is almost the end of the day, actually. And last time around, we built us some bales. And, yeah, I kept loading them into that trailer. Now, unfortunately, it's not really suitable for the job, this guy here. A great trailer, don't get me wrong. And I can see why it's not suitable for the job. It has a rather unique tip system to it. That low side there actually raises up as it tilts towards that end. But no, things like when it's tilted, the bales were actually sitting on the frame as opposed to in the box, and anything above the line above the 30 is basically, as far as physical objects is concerned, non-existent. So yeah, great trailer, but not quite what the doctor ordered. So, today, we are going to do what many people do to solve problems. We're going to throw some money at it. Yes, indeed. Because I believe I have just the device. Whoa. And you wouldn't want to get a front wheel on that roof. Do hope everyone's doing well. The weekend is upon us. All of the kiddies are back in school. Life gets back to normal. And slow down for those school zones, guys. They're full of kids who've been spending all summer forgetting the rules. As it were. At least that's how it was explained to me when I was a young thing. Yes, they had English back then. Alright. So we are off to Marvelous Marvin's, or whatever the heck the guy's name is. Masterful Mason? I don't know. Morgan. That's it. Morgan's Massive Motors. Well. If it weren't for no memory, I'd have, well, no memory. So what we're going to look at here today is a nice device I found on the interwebs. This, the Lizard Bale Loader, designed for wee tiny bales like ours. It'll hold 50 bales. I'm not surprised, to be honest with you, for the size of them. 9K, well, looks like it's made out of about $9 worth of bits, but we'll go with it. There we are. I think this is actually a recon from 13 to 15, from 15 to 17. They have added the required shine and gloss to the old rusty metal. Oh well, who can say? Who can say? Now, alright, that's what I was worried about. I don't know that this will pick up directly from the ground. This might be only a tow behind. If that's the case, well, oops. What'd you think all that noise was? If that's the case, then I guess we're gonna have to hope they give us a decent amount of our coinage back. Because that's not what we're after. At all. Yeah, that'd have to get down an awful long way, wouldn't it? Does it do such a thing? Ah, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. Brilliant. I think we have a tool for the job. Oh, a little bit of weight to that puppy. So the other bales I just sort of unceremoniously chucked into the one shed. The other thing is, of course, when you do tip, now I mean you have to do the forced tip to control I, but I expected that. But when you do tip, they don't actually come out. You do have to physically go in there and removicate every single one. So kind of a, you know, but I guess load them by hand, unload them by hand, that's kind of the deal, isn't it? Alright, now let's get you into the assume the position. There we go. Oh, really? Can we see that again, please? Ahem. Oh, yeah. Huh. A little bit of shifting on the hitch there, eh? That's alright. Stays put, so I guess we're good. Now, we just have to see how close. The bale is not supported. Uh-oh. Really? Really? Oh, man. Is there any way to change that? Transporting position, tool selection. No. That's weird. Why would this have an IC? Doesn't seem to really be anything on here. Well, it would appear that we have an issue. Yeah, and it would appear that that is the issue. Nope. Aw, man. Why, oh, why? Select a view. A bale collector eases the collecting of bales. Well, you can unassume the position, and we will drag you back down the hill, man. Watch that bale now. Just because you're useless doesn't mean you can wreck things. Whoa. Help, help. It's a little interesting tidbit in gaming news. I know it's not exactly my forte, but every once in a while I hear something I think I should share. And THQ Nordic, in my humble opinion, a fairly impressive company. Look at games like Wreckfest, for instance. As much as I love the game, I really do think that for a little while there, Bugbear got a little lost. Or maybe just a little financially lost. Because the updates were just not coming. THQ Nordic got involved, and the next thing we know, there's massive updates. And the thing is into release version, and it's doing hunkity-dory. Well, they have acquired the rights of all of the IPs of a studio called 38 Special. They made a game that was wildly popular, really good in my opinion, and failed so miserably it bankrupted the studio. The game, of course, was Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. Hey, full value. Nice. Okay. So, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning basically bankrupted the company, but it wasn't due to the fact the game didn't sell. It sold reasonably well and has continued to sell over the years. It was a deal to do with they got funded through government granting, etc., and through, I guess, like local city government type of thing, and the city came up and demanded the money and did this and the other. Anyway, long story short, it cost them their studio, and, well, THQ Nordic has stepped in and purchased said studio and all of the assets that go with it. So, I mean, Kingdoms of Amalur had a lot going for it. You know, the story was written by, you know, an extremely well-known writer. The artwork was amazing. The music was good. It had a couple of bugs, but, you know, everything's got a couple of bugs. This game's got a couple of bugs. I mean, I know I'm one of them, but something that was... Okay. Here we go. These all is so confusing. Okay, this is the one we have. It doesn't really work. This is kind of too big. Yeah, the bales don't seem to really... Standard body, manure body, bale body, silage body. That's kind of what I want. Or we got the metal body. That might be high enough, actually. Let's try that. How much is this guy? 12K. Yeah, problem is... See, I worry that because these are simply extensions to the standard body, that they won't show up as solid to the bales. That's why I kind of like the idea of these, but I think they're going to be too big. Well, let's have a look at one, shall we? And, well, it's not that big, is it? Oh, it's not that small. Well, let's see what our wee Doots and Monkey thinks of it. Oh, it is a bit big, isn't it? I'd like something like that, but in an older style, that maybe single axle, or at least in the lighter side. I don't know if this thing will even pull this. Red rock. Alright. Yeah, it doesn't sit very even, eh? And, oh, I'm not going to be able to reach the top. Well, let's see how it reacts when we chuck this in a bale. Excuse me. So, although I don't expect that THQ Nordic will resurrect Kingdoms of Amalur or produce a sequel, what I thought was rather interesting about it, and perhaps even the reason they acquired it, apparently they were working on an MMO set in the same Amalur kingdom, or universe, I guess is the popular way that is said. So yeah, that would be quite interesting. As I said, I thought the game was really good. I've played it several times, you know, at least most of the way through. And, yeah, that was kind of cool. See, THQ Nordic has been doing a lot of this, oh, I can reach over the top. A lot of this sort of thing, picking up different IPs, and rather than just simply drowning them, they've actually been bringing them to fruition, which is a great thing. Hey, this might just do the trip, you know that? After many failures, could we actually have a success? Oh. Yeah, that didn't even go through the other wall or nothing. Well, Billy Bob, we got her now. 14.8, of course the question is... Oh! Yes. What was I saying about even this game has its bugs? I mean, the mere fact you can do this is, you know, a huge, huge improvement over what we were able to do in the last iteration of the game. You know, trailers were not what they should have been since day one. An empty box with a stick to pull it around on, because that's what a trailer is. You know, instead they were basically just a mobile fill plane. And so didn't act like a trailer at all. Now they kind of do, and I like it. So hopefully that's another aspect that will be improved upon in 19. So the pre-order capabilities are there. Anybody take the plunge yet? I haven't yet, actually. I've been, well, you know me, a little bit reasonably tight on the old fundage, so... Yeah, I had to renew my phone contract this month, so... And I sort of only get one... man. Ooh, I got it. Very nice. I only sort of get one extra thing I can do a month. So yeah, and my phone... I pay for my phone by the year, right? Rather than going with the monthly scam from the government-sponsored phone company. I actually use a one of those Magic Jack things, and for a fraction of the money, I get phone service. For about what the local service charges for a car. Oh, no. Oh, okay. I mean, they're not... Yes, they are, aren't they? They are sitting on the bottom of the trailer. Excellent. Okay. When I looked through that little window, it looked like it had broken it back down to loose straw. Not something I thought it would do, and thankfully it didn't. But, yeah, I use that Magic Jack thing. So I have internet phone, is what it boils down to. So. But it's reasonably cheap, it seems to work well enough, and as I'm not a huge fan of telephones at all, I hate phones. I don't like talking on them at all. But never have. So yeah, it works fine for me. But because you pay it as a yearly chunk, of course, you have to expect it's going to cost you a few bucks. Alright. Yeah, this trailer I think is going to do us just fine. And of course it'll work well enough for any other sort of tipper duty we may have. Again, looks a little bit big and shiny for our farm maybe, but important part here is it bloody works. The day is also coming to a close. So yeah, the other thing we're going to need, of course, we will require a loading wagon at some point. And like I said, likely we're just going to pick up with a little hamster. So I can't see paying 10 grand more for the Bucky truck. I don't think it even holds as much. 19.3. And the Bucky holds, yeah, 10K. So, I mean, it's a little more money than we currently have, but you know, I will go knocking on a few trees and see how that works out. I'm sure coming up with 3 grand. That's only a couple of trees worth. So should be able to do that. We may even have a couple of pallets of boards by now. So another source of income. Ooh, come on, get up there. I think so far our logging is paying for our farming, but I know in real life quite often, at least in this. Okay, look at that. Yeah, no bugs in this game. Wow, that is some impressive stuff. Yeah, I'd fall over too if I did that for 5 minutes. I know that a lot of times in this part of the world, people basically pay for their properties by selling the wood off it. So, because it has a good value, as one might expect for something that takes that long to produce. Oh yeah, nice. And actually you can get pretty much everything off the field. And hopefully they don't flop out. I mean, there may well be that whatever the section that does the tipping, i.e. if the back opens up or whatever it may be, that may end up being a non-solid, but we're gonna have to see. We'll take a trip down to the garage, or the shed. Garage, yeah. We'll take a trip down to the shed and off these. It's kind of neat, actually. You can step up on the side of this thing. Interesting. That's gonna make life a little easier. I'm liking this trailer more and more here. Alright, yes indeed. Okay. Alrighty, well. No, I didn't think that was going to work. Should have stepped up onto the lip of the trailer. There we go. Well inside. Alright. Oop. No point leaving this one. We're going to darn near run over it coming out of here, so we might as well pick it up and get it the heck out of the way. So yeah, this is going to be our bale trailer of choice here, I think. Definitely. Alright. That's a fair pallet of bales. Let's see if we can safely get them to their new location. And brakes. Nothing came shooting through the front. Excellent. We'll find out when we hit the hill before the farm there if anything comes flopping out the back. Because yeah, that other trailer I did have to stop and pick a couple of bales up and pitch them back in. Because they were basically, if they weren't the bottom layer, they were not at all going to stay in that trailer. Alright, last test. Can the tractor pull it up the hill? And while it does, will they stay in there? Not bad. Not bad at all. I think we have a winner chicken dinner. Yes, look at that. Now, of course, it's not going to tip wherever I need it to tip, but we can force tip it. So that's a thing, and that'll do us just fine. Yeah, our little wood thing there does provide us a nice little income too. We're not exactly ahead of the game with it though, and it may well be empty at the moment, which would not make me too terribly happy. As we have 15 minutes before it's going to give us a payout. Ah, good, we do have chips in there. Because I believe at 8 p.m., it's either 8 p.m. or 8 a.m., it does its payout. Okay. I'm not going to stack these, I'm simply going to pitch them into the corner here. And call it good. Nice. As you can see, it was also a pretty small load of bales I was able to eventually get here. I think there was 3, possibly 4 that actually fell off before I left the field. So I didn't bother to pick those up. I realized at that point it was not going to be the trailer for moi. Alright, gets those out of the way. There, let's get in here. Shall we? Do the mirrors on this thing that don't exist work? They do, eh? That's lovely. Oop, nope, I missed it. There we go. Basically, the only thing I can see is this leading post here. Yeah. So I'm kind of using that as a guide marker. Alright. Let's see how this works out. It just took it a while, eh? Oh, that's perfect. Alright, let's just make sure it's completely empty. Completely empty. Oh, look at that. We do have a winner, folks. We do. Love it. Oh, yeah. Nothing to complain about there, man. That's brilliant. Yeah, see our money just went up. We're now sitting at 16.5. I think that'll continue to go up a couple of times. But, yeah, good little income from that heating thing. It's worth keeping going. And I said, if we come up a little bit shy for our forage wagon, we'll simply knock it down a couple of trees and slide them into the puddle. But I think that's going to probably do it for this episode, guys. And, we'll almost do it for the day. It's 8 p.m. here. I believe tomorrow will bring us into the first day of the late spring. Yes, indeed, late spring. Oi, oi, oi. I was hoping to get this entire field done. But this hand bomb and bales, it do take a while. So, there you go. Hope everybody enjoyed the episode. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks very much for dropping by today. Hope you enjoyed your video. There will be, of course, a couple more, as I like to try and upload 3 videos a day. That may eventually have to go back to 2. This is turning out to be a fair bit of a go-at-er getting 3 a day, let me tell you. If you're not a subscriber, though, there is a little icon down in the bottom right-hand corner that will allow you to quickly subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to ring the reminder bell once you do. Then you'll know when all the videos go up. There's also a link to my Patreon channel if you really enjoy the content and would like to help the channel out. That's in the top right-hand corner. So, but other than that, you can see what's going to be keeping me busy till it's so dark. I'm holding the flashlight in my teeth so I can pick the bales up. Yes, indeed. Ah, perfect. What an excellent little trailer. Excellent little trailer indeed. Again, it might be a little newer time frame than, you know, say the old girl that's pulling it, but I don't think it's unsuitable. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And, well, as usual, this has been Species 7 for Watts Farm and Farm Sim 17. Take care of each other, folks. And ciao for now. I'm not walking all that way with a bale.